In the winter of 1992, Mary J started dating her label mate KC of Jeal0usy. That was a mess. Ooh, them two look like two drunk motherfuckers singing to each other. They look like Stevie and Reese. I ain't even gonna lie. Okay.
That's how you do it, Marvin. Marvin G. That's how you do it on the bill. That's how you do it. Oh yeah. It's Trinidad. They uptown. And that's a whole lot of pressure. Yeah. And Curry, he go #1. And that's a whole lot of pressure. We got one up for you. Yeah, we ready now. Hey, that's a whole lot of pressure.
Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5. You babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Mary J. Blige. Born January 11th, 1971 in the Bronx, Mary J. Blige is a Capricorn, the hustler. Mary J. Blige is the second child to Thomas and Cora Blige. Her father, a musician, her mother, a nurse who was an extreme music fan. Mary said that she didn't remember wanting to be a songstress. She just remembered the music feeling so good inside of her. And I get that. Some people are able to listen to music and just be like, okay, that's a good song, I like it. But some of us can actually feel the music. You know what I'm saying? Some of us can actually experience music where it moves us to a different place in the universe or a different time. That's how I am. You know, in my family, when I tell you, when we lived in Michigan Park, you know, my stepfather had a music collection that you would never believe. I mean, it was astounding how many records he had in the basement, you know? And we always had the good parties because we always had the good music. In 1976, Mary J. Blige was a victim of bad behavior from a close family friend. She was 5 years old. At the time, she couldn't believe that someone she trusted would violate her in this way. Okay? It changed her. It took her innocence. She felt shame like many victims do, and it haunted her for many years. Okay? If I cannot tell this to my community, to my Bellas, to my love bugs, to my subscribers, to my naysayers enough. Teach your children to tell. Tell your children. I don't care who it is. If it's me and I touch you inappropriately, tell your father. If it's your father, tell your auntie, tell somebody, because we have to learn or teach our children that even when you trust the individual, when they touch you inappropriately, it is still wrong and you must tell. So it's like you're training your children early. Trust does not equal pass. It doesn't equal a pass. Although she never informed her parents, she secretly blamed them because children believe that their parents are their protectors. So let me say this also. A lot of people end up blaming the victim because the victim doesn't tell immediately. How can you tell somebody when it's their time to share, especially a traumatic experience? You know, you don't have people running out to tell traumatic experiences, okay? You don't just sit down at the table and be like, whoop, you know, I experienced this right here with Uncle Ray. You don't have that, you know? Just like if you was to get robbed. You're not sitting down at the table saying, yeah, I was robbed last week. It's a traumatic experience. So stop judging people because they don't speak out immediately. Mary's parents had their own issues. They were both very unhappy in their marriage. In 1979, Thomas Blige walked out on his family for good. And as a result of her father walking away, she dealt with issues of abandonment, like many of us girls do. You know, we end up looking for a father figure our entire life, especially when our fathers abandon us. You know, it's like we get with men who are like our fathers, who have the same, thought pattern as, if it don't go my way, I'm out the way. Now I don't blame her father for wanting to leave a bad situation, okay? Because you're not leaving the family, you're leaving the marriage. Those are two different things. But in Mary J. Blige's case, her father just left, abandoned them. So we end up messing with these men who remind us of our father, that display the same poor behavior. And because we don't want him to abandon us, we take all kinds of bullshit from them. And I have a wife, but even in the lesbian life, when you get that thing inside of you where you're terrified of abandonment, you take bullshit from people because you don't want them to leave. The next thing you know, you have some asshole seeking you out because they know that you got daddy issues, and they know that they can take an advantage of you. Okay, which I believe happened time and time again in Mary J. Blige's life. So once the father left, they moved to Yonkers, New York, to the Slow Bomb Projects. Y'all tell me the real name of it. Is it slow something? But they nicknamed it the Slow Bomb Project. The neighborhood immersed Mary into a different lifestyle that included violence and drugs. Now I resonate with that because you heard me say earlier that I was from Michigan Park, okay? And for those of you who know anything about Washington, D.C., you know that Michigan Park is full of middle-class Black families, okay? So when we left Michigan Park and then we had to run around there to 640, your girl was astounded. Your girl was like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is Officer Friendly beating up that little boy? He's a little boy. Why is he doing that? Why did he just shoot at that little boy? It was mind-blowing to me, So it took me a while to assimilate. And to be quite honest with you, because I don't have that inside of me, I just stayed quiet. I watched like a motherfucker. I watched. But I just stayed quiet because, my family was a part of that lifestyle. Now, Mary J. Blige continues to talk about how moving to the neighborhood was different for her because the women were abused. She said that was normal in that neighborhood. She could actually hear the men putting their hands on the women that they supposedly loved or were in a relationship with through the walls, okay? And I believe that she thought that maybe that was the norm. She said that she was in survival mode, okay? By the time she became a teenager, she felt crazy. So as a result, when she was 16 years old, she started partying, drinking, and using booger sugar. In fact, that was her social drug of choice. So she dove headfirst into partying and bullshit, then dropped out of school, but continued to enjoy music. I could believe that because when you're abandoned, you want to hold a piece of whoever it was that abandoned you. And her father was a musician. So in 1988, at the Galleria Mall, she walked past a karaoke machine and made a tape for herself singing Anita Baker's rap. She took it home to her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and her mother's boyfriend said to her, "God damn, baby, you can sing." So as a result, it passed from hand to hand to hand to Andre Harrell. Within a few weeks, Andre Harrell is sitting on Mary J. Blige's couch talking to her parents at Slow Bomb Projects, and he signed her immediately. So in 1989, she is now signed to Uptown Records, okay? They don't know what to do with her, okay? Because she's like a little tomboy around there, okay? Wait a minute. We don't know how, we can't sell her as sexy because she ain't sexy, okay? She got that tomboy zhuzh about her, that gritty, that hip-hop thing about her, okay? She was not a Whitney. She was not a Mariah Carey or whoever else was, doing their thing R&B wise back then. Because, it used to be this music called R&B. ladies and gentlemen. It was rhythm and blues. Okay. And then when black folks realized that rhythm and blues is not going to take you to the money, they realized they had to do crossover. Crossover where? Crossover to pop. Okay. So then what happens is you got less black folks making R&B music and more black folks making pop. Hence the disappearance of R&B. You're welcome. Now, thanks to old Thick Thighs Diddy, that motherfucker. Okay. Anyway, thanks to Thick Thighs Diddy and Andre Harrell, who was impressed by her natural demeanor, she soon became the queen of hip-hop soul. Thick Thighs Diddy said that he believed that him and Mary worked very well together. Of course, because she's a Capricorn, he's a Scorpio. They work very well in relationships and friendships because they understand each other. They speak the same language. I don't speak Chinese. Now, like I was saying, Mary J. Blige and Thick Thighs Diddy are working very well together. And together they created What's the 411? Ooh, y'all, let's play this game, right? Let's do this. So when I name the album, you have to say your favorite song from the album, okay? And my favorite song from What's the 411 is Reminisce on the Love We Had. What's the 411 was released in the summer of 1992, but they were still living in the projects. Oh, shit. Murray knew that she had to get her family up out of there because they were going to kill her. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Jealousy will get the best of them motherfuckers. Next minute, you know, they throwing rocks at the back of your head and slashing your tires and spray painting bitch on your car. Once the checks started moving in, they moved out of Slow Bomb. Now, in the winter of 1992, Mary J started dating her label mate, KC of Jeal0usy. That was a mess. Ooh, them two look like two drunk motherfuckers singing to each other. They look like Stevens and Reese. I ain't gonna lie. Riding from Silver Spring, Maryland to UDC, I was thumping, okay, Mary J. Blige. But anyway, dealing with the emotions of a volatile relationship, she went into the studio with Thick Thighs Diddy again and started writing for her next album, My Life. This album went triple platinum. Hold on. Let me tell you what my favorite song on My Life. I think it was the title track. My life, my life, my life, my life. That was it. Is that? No, am I singing the other version? Now, remember this. While she's on stage doing her thing, okay, she's still dealing with the demons of her past, okay? That casual, boogity-sugary relationship she had is now a full-fledged addiction. Now, you know, at this point, I'm feeling a certain kind of way because I feel bad about the fact that we all love Broken Mary. And seeing this documentary, I was like, damn, what kind of person am I to, you know, to want her to feel bad so that I can have good music? You know, that's kind of fucked up. We all love Beat Down Mary. Now, next, Thick Thighs Diddy was fired from Uptown and then started his own label, Bad Boy. Now, Mary felt slighted and abandoned again because now Diddy's attention is now aimed at Faith Evans. You know, soon as I get home, I'll make it up to you. Oh, one thing I will not say now, Faith is bad built like a mug. You hear me? Oh, that girl is terribly bad built. Oh my God. But she could sing. Now, Mary J. Blige, in response to him signing Faith Evans and staying focused on Faith instead of paying her attention, she said, I don't care what that nigga do over there, Bad Boy. It's only one me. You can get all the bitches you want. You can put them in leather and combat boots, turn their hat backwards, but there's only one me. I said, ooh, that's shade. Yikes, that's shady. I said, is she talking about Total and Faith? Damn. I missed that shade back then. Diddy said we started having arguments that didn't resolve quickly, okay? Murray said she was hurt, okay? Sound like because she was having those abandonment issues again. Then despite her troubles with KC, they decided to get engaged, which was a grave mistake, okay? Because let me tell you what happened. Mary J. Blige was on this damn show, okay? It was some show over there in Britain, right? And this messy ass host had said to her, oh, Mary, I heard that you was can I do a British accent? Just pretend I'm doing a British accent. Mary, I heard that you was engaged to KC of Jeal0usy. She was like, yeah. Oh my God, what if it's my engagement ring at? She said, yeah, I'm engaged. So the messy ass host said to her, well, Jeal0usy was here a couple of months back. Let me tell you what happened. They showed Mary J. Blige a tape of KC saying that he was not engaged to Mary J. Blige. She was crushed. I said, that messy ass host, I would have punched that bitch in the face or threw some eggplant on her or something. Messy ass host. Now that relationship is through, she is now working on her third album, Share My World. Okay, what's my favorite song from Share My World? Hold on, because I had to write these down. Monday, a friend of mine. Tuesday, we played a game. Wednesday, you went away. Thursday, things weren't the same. On Friday, you came back. I wanted to kiss you on Saturday. On Sunday, we made love. Now, what am I gonna do? Oh, that's my shit. That's my shit. Man, I was messing with this girl named Rhonda. Oh. After a show in 1998 over there around there to the Detroit, okay, her pappy showed up with his hand out. Mary said, where you been? You can kiss my ass. Okay. All right. Struggling with a breakup and abandonment from her father, she continued to do potted donuts, okay, and alcohol. It wouldn't be until she started hallucinating that HR Puffin stuff was in her living room, sitting on the couch, looking at her, that she would stop using the boogity sugary, okay? But she continued to do alcohol heavily. In 1999, she released Mary. Mary did not receive the same accolades as her other album, and she considered herself to have hit rock bottom. So hold on before we get into it. Mary, the song that I liked was All That I Can Say, do 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 do. 2000, here we go. See this part right here, because this is an old documentary, okay? But this part right here, it rubs me the wrong way because she was so in love with that nigga Kendu. You heard me? She acted like she got the big league too with that motherfucker. But hold on, she in the hotel room, you know, she had just got finished seeing HR Puffin stuff, you know, sitting on her couch, looking at her, right? Kendu could sense that, you know, she had some issues going on. Now, let's know this. Kendu is a Leo. You got to be careful with them Leos because them motherfuckers can be predators, okay? Because they are so romantic and they read you and they know exactly what you need. And I call them predators because Leo men will seek out women who are vulnerable or broken so that they can take advantage of them. Love you, Leo men. Oh, I love them. You know, Leo men and Libra women, we like this. Okay? Libra women loves a Leo man, but I'm not going to deny what the truth of the matter is. One day she in the room, stressed out, you know, thinking about, this is it. God, this is it. Save me, save me. Who saved her was that goddamn Kendu. Hey, girl, what you doing? You know, oh, okay. And he started talking to her in a way to make her feel better about herself, okay? Now, the reason why she know Kendu is because Kendu is a producer that she had worked with earlier on that week or month or something like that, okay? So he know that she got some issues, right? So he know that she is very vulnerable. And let me tell you something in life, guys. Timing is everything. You hear me? And it was the right time to pounce on Mary J. Blige. He tried to uplift her and at the same time woo her, even though he was married. Let's not forget that nigga was married. Okay, all right. Mary J. Blige said that phone call that day was the beginning of a friendship. You better say it was a friendship, Mary. You better say it was a friendship because he was still married. Okay, he was still married, and if you said that y'all was hunching around behind his wife's back, then that'd be a whole different problem. So, okay. So let me give the DDMF credit for something. Okay, she said because the man Kendu cannot not be a dirty dick nigga. okay? She said that because Kendu was such a nurturing and good man to her, she wasn't going to give him the worst marriage. She was going to try her best to give Kendu the best marriage. Now, dig this now. Kendu said that Mary was whooping his ass. Do I believe it? Answer yes. I do believe that Mary was whooping his ass. And I'm going to leave that right there and walk away. You know what else, talking about how Mary said that Kendu brought out the best in her? Y'all remember when Mary was like looking like slovenly, like her body wasn't right, and then all of a sudden when she came out, like, damn, what the hell happened to Mary? Mary started working out, you know, so feeling really good in her relationship. Her next album was 2001's No More Drama. My favorite song on that album is PMS. 3 years after receiving that phone call from Kendu when she was, you know, seeing HR Puff and stuff on the couch, looking at the news or something, okay? Kendu asked her to marry him. I wonder if he was divorced then. The two married in 2003. Okay, so another Leo move for her 30th birthday was he arranged for Mary's father to come to her birthday party. That's a Leo move. They're very romantic. Very romantic. Listen, you got to be careful with them fire signs because who is that? The great Casanova was in Aries. Watch it. Watch yourself. Them fire signs, you got to be careful with them. They will woo you out your panties and your pocketbook. You hear me? Watch them niggas. Watch them. Now, since she has reconciled with her father, she is open to reconciling with Puffy. Okay, Dick Dies Diddy. All right. She asked him to help her produce her next album. They both agreed that they heard each other, and now they are moving forward. Now, back in the studio, they had their arguments as usual, but it was all love. The result was Mary J. Blige's Love and Life. It went platinum. Did I like a song from Love and Life? No, I don't think I had a favorite song from Love and Life. Y'all tell me what your favorite song from Love and Life was. Now, in her happiness, she found more forgiveness for the man who touched her. Good job, Mary. Okay? Because that's his demon, not yours. That's his guilt to carry around, not yours. You deserve to be happy. And I'm not just talking about Mary. I'm talking about any person that is dealing with the drama or the traumatic experience of being touched as a child, and you live it every day. It manifests in your behavior. Forgive. So then that way, you're free. Let that motherfucker live in his demonic hell. Now, Mary is in the studio with her 7th album called The Breakthrough. That album was released in December 2005. My favorite song from that was Just Take Me As I Am or Have Nothing at All. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, Mary, girl, Mary. As of this documentary, this was the most successful album to date. As a result, she won 3 Grammys. Her next shining moment was singing for the Barack and the Obama, the Leo. Now, we all know that the relationship between Kendu and Mary J. Blige ended horribly. She gonna be paying that nigga for the rest of her life for cheating on her, okay? Now, again, do I believe that she was whooping that ninja's ass? Yes. I do believe that she was whooping his ass, but I also believe that he was doing fugazi stuff too, okay? Nobody deserves to be put their hands on. Nobody, okay? Men, women, cat, dog, nobody. With the power and experiences she had, she started mentoring young girls to help them to become secure within themselves.